like everybody else, I think, in the room, New Mexico has struggled over the last several years with how we can engage our customers differently. We've experienced a number of challenges and have been, I guess, tasked with finding new ways in which we can interface with our customers that keeps them out of our offices, makes it more effective and efficient for the customer as well as for ourselves. So a number of years ago, we actually put out an RFP. We were looking very specifically for a vendor who could help us with providing a more seamless and very user-friendly website for our citizens and our customers. We were looking primarily for data sales, but we also were looking for other resources that would allow our customers to interface with us either electronically, through the internet, or through an IVR, a lot of different apps, again, that would keep them out of our field offices and would make it much easier for them to communicate with us. So these are some of the things that were spelled out very clearly in our RFP. And we were essentially looking for a business model that wouldn't really require any upfront investment from the agency. And one of our respondents was NIC. And we've actually worked very closely with NIC since the implementation of that contract, final sign-off on the contract. And within the first 4 or 5 months of our contract and the work that we've done with NIC, the responsiveness to our needs and our thoughts and ideas for how to move forward in really positive directions, we were able to accomplish a number of projects and deploy really a very high number of services. You can see here that one was basically core services. We looked at our website that Aaron will talk a little bit about in just a few minutes, not only for MVD but also for TRD. And we also are continuing to work on modifications to that, continuous improvements in our services that we provide on both sites. We've deployed driver history records.
The Motor Vehicle Division won a Center for Digital Government Award for the website. It was the first year in which an award was given from the Center of Digital Government to a New Mexico entity. Actually, 2 entities that year had won, and ours was one of them. We integrated a number of high impact Web 2.0 type functionalities, a slideshow. It's a content managed website so that the agency has an opportunity to let their subject matter experts manage the content within it. There's a Spanish homepage and a number of the top level pages. The news and alerts is important to the citizens because of closures during the winter, or if there are press releases that go out. We mashed up a number of bodies of information with our Google mapping application so that field offices could be found, ports of entry, driving schools. And then there are a number of other functionalities within there, including a calendar, a dynamic calendar that can be changed at will by the agency. And so they all kind of coalesced into a Motor Vehicle Division website that mirrors a lot of the functionality that you would see in a state portal site. And we've continued to use this as a channel for drawing citizens to it for information and for the use of online services, which we're seeing is pulling people out of field offices and out of the call center. Apart from that, and since that first push for those first 4 or 5 services that occurred within the 5 months of signing the contract, there are a number of things that we've also built in conjunction with the MVD to do exactly what we've been talking about. One of them is to put a few applications on mobile devices so that citizens can look and see what the status of their license is. And it's called Where's My License? And what it allows folks to do is when they've applied for a driver's license or renewal, they can see where in the process it is, if it's in the mail or if it's still in process or if they should have received it. We've also extended wait times that are in field offices to the phone top on an iPhone or a Windows mobile device, so that if you're headed to a field office, you can see exactly how much time you would want to wait so you can plan your trip accordingly. And beyond that, there are a number of other applications within the website, a live chat functionality, contact us application, And as you can probably not see because it's very small, we've had over 25,000 people come through our Contact Us application, and we've managed their ability to sort and route questions that have come through the site. And that's kept people off of the phone, and it's kept people out of field offices. And then we've automated a number of forms also so that when people can show up at a field office, they can fill their form out ahead of time so they're not having to wait in line to do that. So
most asked questions come to the top, and you only let people go through to send an email unless they've gone through the FAQs, or how do you work that?
our frequently asked questions we actually, when we went through that process, we ranked them according to what the agency had experienced in the past. We actually use sort of a less scientific method, and it's not an automated process. But it is a content managed system so that it's very simple for us to move questions up towards the top as they come through the Contact Us application. So if someone does ask a question in the Contact Us application, we're keeping analytics on who's asking the most questions. It's not wired together, but it gives us an opportunity to sort of rank those on our own.
On a follow-up, do you allow someone to send you an email with a question without going through that?
Without going through the FAQs? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we actually have feedback that's associated with the online services that we've provided so that people are routed towards if there's a question about actually using an online service as opposed to one of the choices that are more topical in nature associated with the agency.
Any other questions for Alicia or Aaron? Okay, well, I have one about live chat. It's the first time I think I've heard one of the motor vehicle agencies talk about live chat, so I'm curious, Alicia, if you had any training difficulties or challenges or with folks. Are you using the same customer service reps, or are those yours? Or
We've actually provided the live chat in the past, so
okay.
Our instructions aren't to provide information that would be typically given by the agency. It would be to direct people in the right to the right page, because we can push a page through that channel, or to direct them to the right contact within the agency to answer the question, but we're not answering policy questions.
All right, well, let's move then to the next presenters.